Peace, what's up? This is Life Lessons, Volume 1, Chapter 1, Video number 1. And today I'm talking about the power of wants. I have a new issue of my magazine coming out, Ignigma, number 8. And one of the articles is talking about the power of wants, saying that we actually get exactly what we want in this world. And a want is an unspoken, silent desire and thought. It precedes the actual voice in your mind, the want. And you will accomplish your wants. And the problem with a lot of people is their wants are so low and so shallow. When they accomplish them, they still feel like they're failures because they don't feel like they accomplished something great in life. But they haven't really set their standards to something great. You know, you desire and want fashion, designs. You want a particular type of food, a particular type of job, whatever it was that you wanted, you have it. But the key is you gotta establish your wants and set those wants so high into the sky that achieving them is almost impossible. It's like they say, shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you still be among the stars. That's a cliche, but it is true. So one of the methods, one of the practical applications of this philosophy is to take something that you already want and just replace it with something else. You see, there's no such thing as a lazy person. A person who's lazy, who just sit there drinking, eating, sitting on the couch. They're actually doing something, because when 1 second passed to another, that is action. The ing, the ing, you're sitting, you're drinking, you're thinking, you're doing. You are always doing something. Time is always going to be used as long as you're alive and as long as you're conscious. So there's no such thing as not doing something, but you have a desire and a want to do what it is that you choose to do with that particular amount of time. You want to sit there and play a video game for 3, 4, 5 hours. You want to sit there and watch TV for 4 or 5 hours. You want to do this, and you accomplish this. You achieve this. But the key is, if you want to do something else, if you have a desire is not necessarily a want. A desire is like you have an aspiration, but you have to turn that desire into a want. Because when it becomes a want, it's like we want of water, food, clothing, things of that nature, right? A desire is something that's possible, but you know you might never get it. So turn that desire into a want. Instead of sitting there playing a video game for 4 hours, I'm gonna give you a prime example of something that I actually applied to myself to prove that this philosophy is true. Now, for the last 3-4 weeks, really I would say the last 2 weeks, every night, like I sell my books every day. You know, I work, you know. I do work, but when on my pastime, on my off time, I have a desire to study this coding design program called Unity. That's a desire I have. But I want to play this video game called it's called Diablo 2 Resurrected on a Nintendo Switch, right? So what I end up doing, I choose to play this Diablo 2, and then until you go to sleep, you know. After I accomplish my entire day, I have free time. Instead of me doing what I desire to do, as far as like perfecting my craft, being a developer, in that aspect of life, I choose to play this video game. But what I did last night, I said, let me test this philosophy to prove that it's true, because I'm not going to put information out here that I haven't really experimented on myself. So what I did was I say, let me replace my want to play this game with what I really want to do. I want to actually do this laundry because this laundry been sitting there. You know, I always make excuses why I'm not doing this laundry, and I'm making excuses why I'm not practicing on Unity. So I say I'm gonna just replace instead of me doing this Diablo 2, let me do the unity and let me do something else. So what happened was, I say, let me have the same want to practice on unity, study this program. So I put the same time I would in Diablo into unity, and then I finished. Then I had the time to get the laundry accomplished, just off of just taking the want that I already had and redirecting it to what I desired to really want to do, what I desire to do. See, a desire is a weak thought. It's like a person who's suggesting something, but they don't have the strength or the courage or the authority to force you to do it. Then you have the authorities come in, you got to show up to court, or if you don't show up to court, you're going to go to jail. That's the want. It's affecting your life, your physical freedom, your physical being. A want threatens your physical being. So whatever you desire to do, whatever your aspirations are, you have to make those into your wants. And the easiest way to do it, you have to identify what you already want to do. What do you spend the most time on? Do you just sit there drinking, talking, lollygagging on the front porch for hours? The best way to do it is figure out the most time that you waste on one particular thing. That's your strongest want. Smoking cigarettes, whatever it is, right? Take that because you have the motivation to do that. Say, I'm gonna do something else with that energy. Just replace it. Simple as that. And your new desire will become your next want. And whatever we want in this world will happen. That's the key to this world. It's like David say, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. You know, the Most High told David when he was going to kill David for stealing Uriah's wife, he said, I gave you your master's house, Saul's house. I gave you all his wealth. If there was more that you wanted, I would have gave you that. You see what I'm saying? So you get exactly what you want in this world. You just got to set your wants. You have to control your wants. You have to make your true desires into your wants. Whatever you really desire to do, whatever that silent, weak thought, the desire is a weak thought. A want is a strong inclination. It's just autopilot. It's unspoken. It's like what's understood is not spoken. Does not have to be spoken, right? That's what the want is. You're gonna do it regardless. But control that want. Make that want into something that's gonna be constructive, beneficial. And you could change that want at will to many things. Instead of doing this one thing every day, do 7 things do 7 things a week. Change that want. Instead of doing this unity tomorrow, or say I want to be a master at it. Instead of me wasting time playing Diablo 2, which is let me just be a perfect master at unity. Well, let me do something else. It could be anything. You have the power to determine whatever your future and destiny is. That's what I'm trying to say. This is life lessons number 1. The power of the want. And if you want to support my business, have my own publication, my magazine, my books, go to ignigma.com, my website. I might leave it in the description. But you can see my name, Ignigma. Just type .com after it if you want to support my business, But that's about it for today. Peace.